What are the two most important factors to become a strong nation? The Zhou dynasty was harassed by QuanRong soldiers every day despite his best efforts. He was unable to defeat them in battle, so he was forced to relocate his kingdom from the capital of Haojing to the city of Luoyi. At that time, the kingdom of Qin was merely a vassal state without any noble titles. However, they eventually achieved a significant military victory over the QuanRong, and as a result, King Ping awarded them with the title of Count. King Qin Xiang was a wise and strategic ruler, and he understood that being awarded a noble title was just the beginning. To wield real power, they needed a strong army and a stable food supply, both of which required land. At this time, King Zhou was moving to a new home, but there was a serious risk of being attacked by the QuanRong along the way. King Qin Xiang, who had a request of King Zhou, decided to help with the move and even sent a military escort to protect them on the journey. If they could safely help King Zhou move, they might even receive a reward of land from the king. King Zhou was also very happy, as moving homes was a stressful affair and constantly worried about QuanRong attacks. Now, with the military escort, he had no reason to worry and the move felt more like a vacation. King Ping was feeling happy, and his mind was active. He knew that the state of Qin wanted more land, but there was no land near Qin that belonged to the Zhou king. The land had already been granted to other lords, so there was no way to reward Qin. However, the QuanRong tribes had taken 2 cities from the Zhou kingdom. So, King Ping of Zhou said to Duke Xiang of Qin, "You can go back and prepare for war. If you can drive away the QuanRong tribes, then these 2 cities will belong to you." If this were in the past, after driving away the barbarian tribe of QuanRong, the 2 cities would have been returned to the king of Zhou. However, now that the king of Zhou has moved and these 2 cities hold little significance, it would be better to show a gesture of goodwill to the state of Qin, which could also help them vent their frustration. So Duke Xiang of Qin successfully achieved his goal, and now has power and territory. The question now is whether Qin has the ability to regain control of these 2 cities. Although it took time and incurred a high cost, Qin not only regained the 2 cities but also defeated the QuanRong and annexed their land. In one fell swoop, Qin transformed from a weak vassal state to a powerful feudal state. Haojing in the west and Luoyi in the east. Therefore, the relocation of the Zhou dynasty this time is of great significance because the Zhou dynasty was divided into 2 eras based on time, the Western Zhou dynasty and the Eastern Zhou dynasty. The Western Zhou dynasty was dominant in its time because it was strong enough to make all the vassal states its subordinates. However, after the chaotic reigns of King Li, King Xian, and King Yu, the Zhou dynasty had lost the ability to command obedience from the vassal states. Instead, one by one, the vassal states had grown stronger and become the overlords of the era. The division of the Western and Eastern Zhou dynasties was marked by the relocation of King Ping, and in the subsequent history of the Eastern Zhou dynasty, the Zhou dynasty became a mere supporting character in the stories. According to time, the Eastern Zhou dynasty can be divided into 2 eras. These were the Spring and Autumn period, as well as the Warring States period. The stories of the Spring and Autumn period mainly revolved around the major states taking turns to become the overlords of the era and constantly annexing smaller states. However, during the Warring States period, only a few countries remained, and they engaged in wars with one another. Eventually, the state of Qin emerged victorious, unifying the land, and its ruler became the first emperor in Chinese history. I believe that the Spring and Autumn and Warring States periods were the most exciting and my favorite part of Chinese history. It was undoubtedly a golden age of reform and opening up, from economy to politics, from material to spiritual. Do you know who the 5 hegemons of the Spring and Autumn period and the 7 warring states of the Warring States period were?